What is up, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. And before we go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And we are going to talk about the new gun legislation that just came down a few days ago. Looks like it did pass. I think it passed. I think it was 234 to 194 or something like that. But it did pass. They had some things that are okay, some things that are, I should say questionable. And that would probably be the boyfriend loophole. How they're going to quantify that is questionable. Is it going to be a felony? Is it going to be a misdemeanor? How are they going to quantify, the boyfriend loophole? And does the boyfriend loophole apply to the girlfriend too? Or is it just the boyfriend? So there's some questions that need to be answered by that. Being 18 years of age, that is very questionable because all 18-year-olds are not the same. A lot of 18-year-olds are immature, but some are very mature. So that is questionable as well. But the question should be, now that we've given up all of this stuff, what did they give us back? And the answer is zero. They never give you anything to help us with the Second Amendment for law-abiding citizens. For instance, why are we still waiting a year for NFA items such as silencers? If you want to shorten up your shotgun, you have to get the paperwork and all that stuff. Law-abiding citizens should not have to go the extra round, so our rights are still being infringed. There's, again, these liberal tard idiots are giving us, nothing, zero, but they're taking away things. But that's that. So those are the so-called new gun control. Training. I'm never opposed to training. I think if you handle any dangerous equipment, whether you're driving a 18-wheeler, whether you're handling a firearm, you should have adequate training, and you should show competency that you can actually handle the dangerous material that you're using or dangerous item that you're using. New York. They had a victory. It's a small victory, so I'm only going to give it one clap because they still have not dropped the 10-round capacity. And it was an atrocity in the first place that they could not carry unless they had special reasons to carry. Self-preservation, that seems very special to me. Being able to protect my family if I get robbed or mugged, that seems adequate to me. But unfortunately, New Yorkers, their fruity politics, they didn't think that way. So this has been going on for nearly 100 years that they've been stuck in this. So I'm very glad that they have that small victory. However, they're going to make everywhere a gun-free zone. They are already, the New Jersey governor anyway, said Mr. Phil Murphy, libertard, he's talking about not letting you bring a gun to church, state parks. Don't want them on subways. Don't want them in certain people's private property. So if you go to someone's home, if they don't want it on their property, you cannot bring your firearm there. Certain restaurant. So basically, they're going to say, yes, we'll give you your concealed carry permit. We'll give you your gun, but we're not going to allow you to take it anywhere because we're going to make everywhere around you a gun-free zone. And that is their diabolical plan. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have multiple people leaving their firearm in their car to go to certain places, and you're going to have more guns stolen out of those vehicles, and you're also going to have more vulnerable people because if I carry my gun and I go to church and I can't carry it into a house of worship because it's a federal crime, and someone decides to come rob it or do a mass shooting, guess what? I'm a sitting duck. So you have to decide whether you want to be carried by 12 or 6. That's your choice. I know which choice I'm going to make, or I'm just not going to go there. How about that? I'll just do church at home. So anytime they give you something, they're going to try to take it away from you. And to me, nothing is more important than your self-preservation, being able to take care of you and your family. You guys stay armed, but I am happy that they have the small victory, but let's get that capacity up for our New Yorkers so they can now have, as many rounds as they need to defend themselves. Because like I said, I've seen multiple gunfights and I've seen people who only had 10 rounds run dry in an Oakland, California situation where the retired cop got robbed at the gas pump trying to fight off multiple goons. He killed one, he shot at others, but unfortunately he ran dry and he got shot 6 times. And if he would have probably had 15 rounds, 17 rounds, 20, 30, maybe he would have never got shot at all. So that is something we still have to get over. Let's get over the hurdle of the 30 round, the 10 round minimum. That's ridiculous. No one should be able to quantify what my safety is. That is something that they have to overcome. But again, they're going to try to make everywhere a gun-free zone. So again, they'll give you something, but they're going to take something. Oh yeah, they're slick. They're going to backdoor you. That's how politics are. It's very, very cutthroat. And Second Amendment should not be political, just like our First Amendment should not be political, but it is. But we'll see how this goes. I just want to give you guys my basic opinion on it, my very, very basic opinion. So again, looks like this bill has passed. We'll see how it affects gun safety. But I want to see what they do for schools. I think schools in general definitely need to step it up. And for those coward cops in Uvalde, take off your badge. You should never, ever be able to wear that badge again. Your heart pumps Kool-Aid. And when your heart pumps Kool-Aid, you should not be in a position that requires mental toughness. When you think about the events of 9/11, those firemen, they ran into the World Trade Center without hesitation. Many of them lost their lives. But unfortunately, that's part of the job. When you sign up to be a cop, there's a possibility that you may not come home, but you need to be willing to protect and serve. And those cops in Uvalde are a disgrace, and they were not there to protect and serve. And that's why they got rid of that coward police chief. Get him out of there. We don't want to hear about that. But, that's just my feeling. I don't want to go on a real rant, but yeah, that really, really made my blood boil, I should say. It got me into my stuttering mode. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Like I said, we'll see what happens, but continue to stay armed, continue to stay strapped, continue to stay vigilant. When you go to a restaurant, make sure you're sitting where you can see people coming and going, because you're your own security. Calling the police is a joke. Like Public Enemy, Flavor Flav, they made a video back in 1990, a song called 911 is a joke. And it is a joke because it's not their job to save you. It's your job to save you. You're the first responder. Okay? Remember that you are the first responder. They come to collect evidence. So the police hope you have taken care of the problem before they get there. Because I know if I was a cop, I would hope that you've taken care of it. I don't want, no one wants to really fight. But, when you're a cop, though, it's a part of your job. You have to fight. And the fact that were not even willing to open a door, because again, they hard pump Kool-Aid. Just, wearing a badge looks good, but it's what's in your heart that really matters. And when the pressure hits the fan, and it all hits the fan, people find out what you're made of. And those cops were just made of plastic. They're just terrible. And I just hate it for those kids. And if I were the parents of those Uvaldes, I would be trying to sue the police department. Definitely. Not the school, but the police department, because they did not do their job. But I'm not going to go on a long rant about that, because I can go on and on about it. But again, a small victory for the state of New York, but we have a long, long way to go. New Jersey, Maryland, DC, California, I feel for you guys, but keep your head up. Stop voting for libertard politicians who do not care 1 cent about your safety. If someone's telling you they want to restrict your rights, why vote for them? And as far as the abortion thing, I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, I guess the argument would come, when do you decide when something is alive? Does it have to show intelligence? When is something alive? And I don't think no one can actually agree on that. So there's really no need for me to go down that road. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like always, stay vigilant, stay strapped to a up.